Hello and welcome back to TMS TV. I'm delighted to be joined by Claire Budd, founder of My Menopause Buddy. Claire, thank you for taking the time to join me today.
No problem, pleasure.
How are you finding the show?
Oh, amazing, really good conversations, and it's great to be with all the events people again, so really enjoying it.
Yes. Well, you have a background in events,
Yep.
and you more than most other people will know how demanding that this industry can be.
Yes.
So what was it about this industry that led you to start My Menopause Buddy?
Well, basically, it's been a passion of mine for health and well-being, so I wanted to do something in health and well-being as well as events. So I did a health coaching course and then started to work with women, and obviously menopause come up. And I'm actually perimenopausal, so I studied more and realised how much that we don't know about it. So now I work with women on a one-to-one basis, helping them manage their symptoms with lifestyle choices. And also I've started to go into the workplace and do menopause awareness talks. And I'm also a menopause cafe host. So in my local community, I run a menopause cafe. It's actually a charity, and I'm a volunteer. And I've run over 4 now, and I've had over 100 women actually booked to attend. So it's obviously needed, and definitely in my community.
That desire to talk about it is there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Everybody, they want to share. They want to share their experiences, even if they've gone through it. They want to. They've come to talk about what they went through, so other people don't have to do that. So it's been a great experience. And menopause, it can be quite lonely because, as you know, people don't talk about it. So if you're not talking about it at home, you're not talking about it at work, then you feel lonely and isolated. So having something like a menopause cafe or a menopause health coach or a menopause champion to go to have those conversations is amazing. I mean, obviously we had a chat about it this morning in one of your sessions, and everybody has their own story to tell. And with menopause, every menopause journey is different as well. They're on different symptoms, different treatments. So women want to talk about it.
It's amazing that you're providing this platform for people to talk about it. And just, you brought up then the session that we had earlier over in the blank canvas space. How many people shared openly and very quickly? We were strangers 3 minutes ago, and
strangers,
then all of a sudden
immediately. As soon as they saw my badge, menopause, right, I went, I've got this story to tell. So yeah,
the desire is there.
It is there.
So why is it, in your opinion, with the ladies that you speak to about this and your experience within the events industry as well, why is it important that we start talking about menopause in the workplace?
Well, as you know, the events industry is there's a majority of females in the event industry, and also with the working population, the demographic, the largest growing demographic is over 50s. So, and the menopause actually is only 1 day, and that's after 12 consecutive months of not having a period. So before that is the perimenopause. I mean, I didn't know what the perimenopause was before I became a health coach, and you shouldn't have to become a health coach to know what the menopause is. So actually that's when the symptoms, the majority of our symptoms come along. So they're not just declining. Your estrogen is not just declining, it's actually going up and down, and that's why we get the symptoms. And obviously if you're working, it could be really difficult and really challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I
can imagine. So some of the symptoms, I wonder if we could just run through a few here that
Yes.
I'm sure people listening to this, and certainly in the sessions earlier, that resonate with. Brain fog comes up a lot.
Yes.
And how might that
really
be debilitating in the workplace?
Well, with event organisers, you're juggling so much at the same time. If you're forgetting things, and you may no doubt be quite senior, so you're managing a team as well. And if you're forgetting things, you feel like you're not a part of the team anymore. You just want to do your job, but you can't do it. And it may look like you're not interested. So, brain fog is really difficult. And if you're trying also to present, if you've got presenters for your conferences and you want women to be presenters, and they're going through the menopause and they're having these problems, they're probably not putting themselves forward to be speakers at conferences. So it's women in the events industry, and obviously it affects your events.
So you're missing out on that real talent then
Yeah.
because you're not accommodating them.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So I know that My Menopause Buddy goes into workplaces, and I
Yes.
wonder if you could just tell us, not giving away too much, because I know it's what you do now, but how can a workplace become menopause friendly? That's putting policies, practices in
Yeah.
place to become supportive.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that hard. So firstly, get the conversation going, raise awareness. So something like what I do menopause in the workplace talks, and it's coming in to talk about what is menopause, and busting those myths and having those conversations about what the menopause is, what the symptoms are, how it affects women in the industry, and what you can do to help your employees. So having those conversations, it gets the conversation started. It opens up that conversation, and something quite easy like doing a questionnaire. So that, like you've done, basically that finds out what's going on in your organisation. Every organisation is different, and they need different things. So it's not just a one size fits all. So you need to find out what's going on in your organisation. And doing something like a menopause meetup, like a menopause cafe style thing in your organisation, if there is a lot of women and they might want to get together, talk about it. People that are planning for the menopause, that is great if you're planning for it. So it gets those discussions going. And those things like questionnaires and menopause meetup can help you shape your menopause policy. So that's really important. And you've got a menopause policy as well. It shows everyone that you're considering it. You know what the challenges are, and that can help attract new employees and keep employees as well. So just get the conversation started. Having training sessions for managers as well. I think that's really important because they want to know how to start that conversation. You don't want it to be awkward, and they want to know how to signpost employees to where they should be going to get further help.
But really, all of this starts with a conversation, that education. Don't be afraid to ask.
It's
don't
easy.
be afraid to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you can do, and you start with the conversation, and it leads into policies and practices and becoming a supportive workplace.
Yeah.
I wonder then, lastly, if we could finish on this. If someone's listening to this now or at a later date and they're thinking, what can I do? What is the one change they can make today that will make a difference tomorrow?
Seriously, get the conversation started. And it could be employee-led. If you have got employees that are willing to talk about their experiences, I bet you, no doubt, that it will open up that conversation. And you will have all the information that you can take forward and start implementing things in and making those adjustments that people need in the workplace.
Thank you.
No problem.
So you heard it from Claire. Get the conversation started. That's where this all begins. Claire, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great chatting to you.
Thanks.